Hello everybody. Welcome to the Bit-Size Stories channel. If you like the stories, please consider to like, subscribe and comment down below. Would help me a ton. As the group made their way to the city, Lord Cedric shared more of the rumors he had heard during his travels. The road was long, but their determination to confront the Shadowmaster kept them going. Along the way, they encountered various landscapes, dense forests, rolling hills, and quaint villages. The beauty of the kingdom stood in stark contrast to the darkness that loomed. As they approached the city gates, the group marveled at the impressive walls that surrounded the bustling metropolis. The city was a hub of activity, with merchants hawking their wares, musicians playing lively tunes, and people of all walks of life going about their daily routines. Lord Cedric, with his vast knowledge of the realm, served as their guide, leading them to an inn known for its warm hospitality and hearty meals. The inn's sign bore the name, the Silver Griffin, and as they entered, the aroma of freshly cooked food enveloped them. "Let me pay for the first few nights, my friends," Lord Cedric said with big smile. "It's the least I can do for the trouble I caused you." "Thank you," Grom said enthusiastically. "You are right. It's the dash. "Thank you for your care, Lord Cedric," Ayala said, while still holding a hand at Grom's mouth. "We really appreciate it." She smiled and glanced over at Aldric, which was trying to hold laugh. Cedric looked at the comical scene but managed to stay serious. "Now if you excuse me, I need to go back to my home and take care of my business. One does not stay merchant for long if they don't work tirelessly all the time," he smiled, as he was passing by Aldric. The knight bowed his head in gratitude. "If you ever need an assistance in defending your assets, let me know, Lord Cedric." The merchant smiled and nodded. He was busy, but grew fond of these people. His short journey with them was very interesting and pleasant. He waved at the group and went his way. "We'll find answers here," Ayala said with determination as they settled into a cozy corner of the inn's dining area. Grom grunted in agreement, eyeing the other patrons who seemed to be lost in their own thoughts or engaging in hushed conversations. There's more to this city than meets the eye. I can feel it." As they enjoyed their meal, they couldn't help but overhear bits of gossip from nearby tables. The name, Shadowmaster, came up more than once, each time causing the atmosphere to tense with discomfort. "The Shadowmaster. He's a nightmare come to life," a man whispered, his eyes darting around nervously. "My cousin's village was attacked by demonic beasts. They say it was the Shadowmaster's doing," another added, fear evident in his voice. Ayala exchanged a worried glance with her companions, recognizing that the Shadowmaster's influence had spread far and wide. After finishing their meal, they approached the innkeeper, a friendly woman with a warm smile. "Good evening," Aldric greeted her politely. "We've recently come from a distant village and are seeking information about the Shadowmaster. Any details you can provide would be invaluable." The innkeeper's expression darkened slightly, but she composed herself, understanding the group's determination. The Shadowmaster is a name that sends shivers down the spines of many. It's said he wields dark magic and controls demonic creatures. Some believe he's cursed, while others claim he willingly embraced the darkness for power. "We've encountered demonic beasts on our journey," Ayala chimed in. "We must put an end to this malevolence before it engulfs the entire realm." The innkeeper nodded sympathetically. "I pray you find a way to stop him. But be careful, for he leaves a trail of devastation in his wake." Sir Aldric interjected, "Is there anyone in the city who might know more about the Shadowmaster? Someone well versed in arcane knowledge, perhaps?" The innkeeper pondered for a moment before offering, "There is a wise old scholar who resides on the outskirts of the city. Many seek his counsel on matters of magic and ancient lore. His name is Master Aldric." Grom's interest piqued. "A scholar, huh? Sounds like our kind of guy." With the innkeeper's directions in hand, the group thanked her and set out to find Master Aldric. As they walked through the city, they couldn't help but notice the constant murmurings about the Shadow Master, and their determination to stop him only grew stronger. The city was vast, and it took some time to reach the outskirts. Eventually, they found Master Aldric's dwelling, a small, quaint cottage surrounded by overgrown plants and ancient tomes. The scent of herbs and incense filled the air as they knocked on the door. A soft-spoken man with a long white beard and piercing blue eyes welcomed them inside. "Greetings, travelers. I am Master Aldric. What brings you to my humble abode?" Aldric stepped forward, introducing the group and explaining their quest to confront the Shadow Master. Master Aldric listened attentively, nodding thoughtfully as he absorbed the information. "I have heard whispers of the Shadow Master's darkness spreading," Master Aldric said, his voice grave. "He is a formidable foe, and his power may be beyond comprehension. To face him, you must be prepared for any eventuality." Ayala spoke up. "We seek any knowledge you can share about the Shadow Master's weaknesses or ways to counteract his dark magic." Master Aldric stroked his beard, deep in thought. The Shadow Master's power likely stems from an ancient source of dark magic, possibly a long-lost artifact or an arcane ritual. To understand his vulnerabilities, you must delve into ancient texts and forgotten histories. The heroes exchanged glances, understanding that their quest had just begun. Master Aldric offered to aid them in their research. And they spent hours poring over dusty tomes and deciphering cryptic scrolls. Grom had a hard time to understand. His forehead wrinkled and eyes squinted with focus. He understood axes, he understood combat, he knew his way around wilderness. But even when he knew how to read, his mind had hard time comprehending all the information. He glanced over at Aldric and Ayala. Aldric had similar look on his face as Grom. He was a knight after all. He learned history when he was young as part of his training to knighthood. But always focused more on the combat training. His eyes met with Grom's and they shared an awkward smirk. Ayala on the other hand understood very well. Too well, one may say. The books were incomplete and finding traces of information was hard, but it was better than nothing. She knew they will have to return to Master Aldric's house many more times, to gather as much valuable information as possible. As the sun set on the city, the group knew that their investigation was far from over. They decided to return to the Silver Griffin Inn for the night, where they could rest and regroup. "We have a long road ahead," Aldric said, his voice resolute. "But with each step we take, we get closer to the truth." Ayala nodded, determination shining in her eyes. "We won't rest until the Shadow Master's darkness is vanquished from this realm." Grom grinned, his axes resting by his side. "Aye, and if anyone can do it, it's us." "Only if Fendrel and the rest of the group were here," she said sadly. She glanced over at Grom's and Aldric's faces as she continued. "I miss them. I miss them very much." Her eyes started to fill with tears. Grom went to confront his wife. "My love. I miss them too, but we chose together to embark on this journey. And they chose to stay in Alara's village," Aldric said with firm voice. Ayala knew they were right. But it still pained her at heart. She turned around and continued walking to their inn, Grom by her side. Aldric stood still for a moment, waiting for them to get little bit further. Then quietly, so nobody hears him, said for himself, "I miss them too." As they settled into their rooms at the inn, the group knew that the city held the key to their quest. It would become their base of operations as they delve deeper into the mysteries that surround their formidable foe. That was the end of our story. If you liked the story, please consider to like, subscribe and comment down below. See you at the next one. Goodbye.